Good afternoon to everyone. So in previous classes, we discussed about the basic structure of operational amplifiers. That means we defined the operational amplifier. We explained the ideal characteristics of operational amplifier. Next, we explained about operational amplifier AC characteristics, DC characteristics. And next, we explained various stages of the operational amplifier. And next, we explained response of the operational amplifier, like AC response of the operational amplifier. And next, we discussed about frequency compensation techniques. Okay, so that means we at this stage we have the prerequisite knowledge, actual knowledge about the operational amplifier structure. That means what is the definition of operational amplifier? Operational amplifier is a high gain amplifier which are having one or two differential amplifiers followed by level shifter, and next it is followed by an output stage, a complementary symmetry output stage. So we know that operational amplifier comes under a classification of a linear integrated circuit. That means operational amplifier follows the relation of linearity between voltage and current. That means at the discussion of operational amplifiers, the relation between voltage and current is linear. Okay, that is what the way discussion we gone up to the second chapter, unit 2 or module 2. Basic operational amplifiers, its classification, its integrated circuit classification, and characteristics and all. So now at this condition, at this third unit discussion, this is nothing but a brief introduction. Today we will discuss a few important concepts which are very important in our academic point of view. So here if we see the third chapter is linear and non-linear applications of operational amplifiers. Okay, so linear applications and as well as non-linear applications of operational amplifier. That means here we use the operational amplifier in the application of linear and non-linear, in a linear way and non-linear way. See, so here what we will discuss means we will discuss about inverter and non-inverting and non-inverting amplifiers. We discuss about integrator and differentiators. We discuss about differential amplifier application. We will discuss about instrumentation amplifiers. We discussed about AC amplifiers. We discussed about voltage to current converter and current to voltage converters. And next we discussed about buffer circuits. We discussed about non-linear function generation. We discussed about comparators. We discussed about multivibrators, triangular and square wave generators, log and anti-log amplifiers, and precision rectifiers. So these are the applications which we are going to discuss. So if we go into the in brief segment, linear and non-linear, we know that why this op amp is called as an operational amplifier means it will do mathematical operations. We said it will do in addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. So that amplifier which is going to perform mathematical operations, that's why it is an operational amplifier. Operations, it will do mathematical operations. So if we see the linear applications of the operational amplifier, we will discuss these are the linear applications. Linear applications include inverting and non-inverting amplifiers, integrators, differentiators, difference amplifiers, instrument amplifiers, AC amplifiers, current to voltage converters, and voltage to current converters. These are all comes under the classification of linear applications of operational amplifier. Though on the others, buffers and non-linear function generators, comparators, multivibrators, triangular wave generators, square wave generators, and log and anti-log amplifiers, precision rectifiers. These are all comes under non-linear applications of the operational amplifiers. That means here we will apply our operational amplifier for linear applications and non-linear applications. So coming to the first application is about inverting operational amplifier. By inverting operational amplifier. So before we discussed about inverting operational amplifier, what we will discuss means what is meant by a linear operational amplifier. What is meant by a linear operational amplifier? So here what we will see means an operational amplifier is an building block. Op amp is, see here in the circuit, an operational amplifier here it is used as a building block, building segment. Okay, so this is an example for inverting operational amplifier. So here in this concept, op amp is used as a building block both in linear integrated circuits and non-linear integrated circuits. It will provide a voltage amplitude. It will provide a voltage amplitude for the applications like linear applications and non-linear applications. And voltage amplitude changes, that means the polarity and amplitude and oscillators like in filter circuits and many instrumentation circuits. That means in linear operational amplifier like subtractors, differentiators, integrators, and the voltage to current converters, current to voltage converters. So these are all comes under linear applications. Okay, so before we are going to discuss about these linear applications, these are all comes under linear applications of the operational amplifier. That means from inverting to non-inverting amplifier. These are all come from inverting amplifiers to voltage to current and current voltage converters. All comes under linear operational amplifiers. Linear operational amplifiers. So these are all classifications. Here we will discuss about linear applications of operational amplifier. So first we will discuss about closed loop op-amp configuration. This this inverting and non-inverting amplifier is an exact actual application to closed loop op-amp applications. Closed loop op-amp applications, that means here we have know that up to now we discussed in the second unit, we discussed that operational amplifier in an open loop application. Only at the discussion of frequency compensation only we provided a negative feedback. That means after the discussion of stability in AC characteristics, at that condition only we defined the feedback condition and closed loop condition. That means here an op-amp is effectively used in an linear applications. In this linear application, op-amp is used in an effective manner by providing a feedback. See, here we provided a negative feedback. That means if the signal feedback is out of 180 degrees with respect to the input, if feedback is connected 180 degrees with respect to the input, that is called as negative feedback. That is called as negative feedback. If the feedback is connected on the other hand with respect to the input, if we connect the feedback to the positive terminal, that is called as positive feedback. That means an operational amplifier at this application of linear circuits, the operational amplifier is using a closed loop segment with the help of this feedback. Okay, this particular configuration, see, this linear operational amplifier, this inverting operational amplifier, non-inverting operational amplifier comes under the classification of closed loop operational amplifier configuration. This is the closed loop operational amplifier configuration. Closed loop in the sense, how can we see the closed loop means? Here we are providing a feedback. That's why it is called as closed loop operational amplifier configuration. Two applications are there in closed loop operational amplifier classification. Those two applications are inverting operational amplifier and non-inverting operational amplifier. These two applications are actual applications with respect to closed loop operational amplifier. Okay, so closed loop operational amplifier inverting case, that means inverting operational amplifier. Here see the circuit. If we explain the circuit here, see the circuit. If you explain the circuit here, an inverting operational amplifier or inverting voltage controlled voltage source operational amplifier. See, this is a closed loop inverting amplifier or inverting voltage controlled voltage source. Voltage is controlled or gain is controlled with the help of a feedback segment. Voltage is controlled or controlled with respect to a feedback segment. That means the amplifier is controlling the voltage or the gain value with the help of a feedback segment. So if we see clearly with the help of a feedback segment, with the help of a feedback segment, here we are controlling the voltage as well as we are controlling the gain value. We are controlling the voltage as well as we are controlling the gain value. So if we see here in this particular equivalent circuit, this is the inverting terminal. If you see the equivalent circuit, this is the inverting terminal. See the equivalent circuit, this is the inverting terminal where the negative terminal is connected with respect to input with respect to input resistance. Connected to input with respect to input resistance. Okay, and a feedback is connected to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier with respect to output. This is the feedback connection. This is the feedback connection. So this is one path. Okay, so IF is the amount of current, feedback current flowing with respect to the feedback channel, and I1 is the input current is flowing with respect to input through the internal input resistance through the operational amplifier. And next, a positive connection, a positive connection. So this is the non-inverting terminal which is grounded, non-inverting terminal which is grounded. Okay, so this is the V difference. V difference is nothing but the terminal VID. VID. If I explain what is meant by VID, VID is nothing but VID. VID is nothing but input difference voltage which is taken across two terminals. VID is equal to V1 minus with respect to V2, difference between two input voltages. Okay, and output is observed across this particular terminal V out. Okay, output is observed across this particular terminal V out, and this entire operation is a closed loop operation. This entire operation is a closed loop operation where the output signal is inverted out of phase of 180 degrees with respect to input signal. The output V0 is inverted 180 degrees out of phase with respect to input. That means, in other words, we can say that the output signal is inverted. That's why it is inverting operational amplifier. Okay, output signal is inverted here. Output signal is inverted. That's why it is an inverting operational amplifier. See the signal V input has been connected to the inverting terminal through the resistance R1, and the other resistance RF is connected between the output inverting terminals. Other resistance RF is connected to the output inverting terminals. That is called feedback resistance. Okay, if we introduces a negative feedback, we are introducing a negative feedback, and also that the positive terminal is connected with respect to the ground. Okay, so if we and this is the gain value of the operational amplifier. Open loop gain value of the operational amplifier is explained with respect to the term A. Gain of the operational amplifier is explained with respect to the term A. If we assume this entire operational amplifier as an positive ideal operational amplifier, if this is an ideal operational amplifier, what is the value of gain? Anyone just respond in the chat box. In an ideal operational amplifier, what is the value of gain? Right. The gain of the operational amplifier is infinite. Right. Thank you. Thank you for your response. If this is an ideal operational amplifier, the gain is infinite. Okay. So gain is infinite. A is infinite. And what will be the input resistance? What will be the value of input resistance? Respond in the chat box. Okay. Right. The input resistance is infinite. Okay, the input resistance is infinite and the gain value is infinite as per the ideal operational amplifier characteristics, and I am assuming this operational amplifier as an ideal operational amplifier. Okay, so from this signal we can say that we are providing an ideal operational amplifier in a closed loop condition. Okay, and another important discussion is if the inverting operational amplifier is having more than one input, because of the virtual ground point. See here, there is a virtual ground point. That means each input is effectively isolated from another. That means each input sees its own input resistance or nothing else. So we will discuss what is meant by virtual ground here, or virtual ground, or what is meant by virtual summing point. What is meant by virtual summing point, or what is meant by virtual earth summing point, or what is meant by virtual ground. What is meant by virtual ground means this is the summing point. See, this is the summing point, or this is the virtual ground point, where we can see that this is the summing point, or this is the virtual point, where we can see very clearly what we can observe from the virtual summing point or virtual ground point. At this condition we are saying that condition is called as virtual summing point or virtual ground point. At this condition we are grounding the non-inverting terminal. That means we are designing We are grounding the non-inverting terminal. We are grounding the non-inverting terminal, and we are designing the inverting operational amplifier so that the inverting terminal is grounded. If it is a non-inverting operational amplifier, the inverting terminal should be grounded. That means we are applying the input to the non-inverting terminal. That means we are grounding the non-inverting terminal where we have seen an inverting output at this condition of the output of the operational amplifier. That means if it is an ideal operational amplifier, if it is an ideal operational amplifier, there is no current flowing through the inverting and non-inverting terminals. The current negative and the negative and positive terminals are zero, and our operational amplifier is in ideal condition. We are having an high impedance. Okay, so due to this high impedance, the current flowing through the operational amplifier is very minimum. Okay, let us assume the value of current flowing through the operational amplifier through the inverting and non-inverting terminals is zero. Non-inverting terminals is zero. That means we have to maintain same voltage. That means current flowing at this point, node A, and voltage flowing at this point. I am saying this point as node A. I'm saying this point. I will take a pen. Sorry. I'm saying this point as VA. Okay, I'm saying this point as VA. Sorry. This point is called as A, and this point is called as B, and voltage flowing to the point is VA, and voltage flowing through the point is VB. Okay, if it is an ideal operational amplifier, V suffix A at this point is equal to V suffix B, and current flowing through the entire operational amplifier is zero. Okay, that is why in order to explain the ideal condition, the virtual ground will come into the existence. Virtual ground point or virtual earth point or virtual summing point, where we are connecting the feedback. At this point of occurrence, we are connecting the feedback. And we are connecting the negative feedback connection at this point. That's why at this point it is called as virtual earthing point or virtual summing point or virtual ground. At this condition, voltage at point A is equal to voltage at point B when current is zero. That means at this condition, voltage at point A is equal to voltage at point B, and current through the ideal operational amplifier is zero. Okay, and the voltage drop. What will happen to the voltage drop? The voltage drop at point A and voltage drop at point B is zero. The same potential is going to happen. With respect to point A and point B. Okay, that's why it is called as virtual ground point. Okay, so if we explain, one second. If we explain the circuit construction clearly, so this is our this comes under the classification of first linear operational amplifier, that is closed loop inverting operational amplifier or inverting voltage controlled voltage source operational amplifier. Okay, so here the input is given to the negative terminal. Inverting terminal, and the positive terminal, non-inverting terminal, is grounded. A feedback is constructed with respect to a virtual ground point at the feedback. This is called a summing point. With the help of summing point only, we are connecting the feedback terminal, and we are taking output at V0. Okay, and A is nothing but gain of the operational amplifier, and R1 is the input resistance. And RF is the feedback resistance of the operational amplifier. Okay, so if we do the mathematical analysis, to this particular operational amplifier, we are assuming that operational amplifier, here we are discussing is an ideal operational amplifier. It is having a very high input impedance and the gain here is infinite. Gain value is infinite. Okay. So if we explain the equivalent circuit, if we explain the equivalent circuit of the inverting operational amplifier, if we explain the feedback circuit of the inverting operational amplifier, equivalent circuit of the inverting operational amplifier, see, this is the equivalent circuit. This is the equivalent circuit. This is the equivalent circuit. R1 resistance with respect to RF resistance. RF resistance is nothing but feedback resistance. Okay. So this is our summing point. See, this is our summing point. This is our summing point or virtual ground point. This is our summing point, or this is nothing but our virtual ground point, and this is the input voltage. And this is the input voltage, and next this is nothing but our, we are taking the output voltage, and this is the negative terminal, inverting terminal. We are connecting the input voltage and feedback from with respect to the negative terminal and output terminal. So this is the equivalent circuit. If we calculate the mathematical expression, 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 see, this is the mathematical expression value. This is the mathematical expression value. If we calculate the mathematical expression value, 1 second, I will show the mathematical expression value. How can we calculate the gain?
సార్ వంశీ సార్
What is sir?
ఏమైంది సార్?
One second. Network problem.